Sizzling Platter is a restaurant management company currently operating 124 restaurants in 7 states across 5 brands. They particularly liked our thinking in strategic media planning and hired VJ to conduct media planning audits and competitive media utilization studies, essentially to refocus the way they looked at, planned, and bought media for each of their brands and each of their markets. To demonstrate how we approached this analysis, let's look at our work for the most relevant of those brands, Little Caesars Pizza. Sizzling Platter operates Little Caesars franchises in 4 markets. We started with deep consumer research studies, including customer segmentation studies for every store. These included 3- and 5-mile audits, as well as life stage and social profiling for those who live nearby, essentially understanding the people in our backyard. We also included ethnographic studies to give us a real snapshot of the people behind the numbers. We conducted this study for every Little Caesars store in every market. There were a lot of similarities and one key difference. The Denver market had 3 significant targets that were outside of the typical Little Caesars profile. To be effective, the Denver media strategy would have to address this difference. Next, we focused on Little Caesars' current media efforts. We were able to identify opportunity audiences for both like and new customers for the brand. We studied consumer media utilization market by market, and then examined how the messages supported or detracted from the medium. This analysis brought us a number of key insights. While it affirmed that Little Caesars' value and convenience messages were correct, it revealed that the competition was using similar messaging with a more effective media buying strategy. Moreover, we were missing key segments by using media that primary targets simply don't use or care about. Significantly, we discovered that media flights with broadcast heavy-ups were not effective or sustainable for the brand. And with no social media efforts to anchor our paid media, there were no opportunities for Little Caesars to interact with their customers. Next, we did a deep dive into the competitive situation. This included a competitive media analysis for each brand, with overlays based on our customer clusters, geographic variables, and competitive landscape by market. For example, here's what that analysis looked like for Albuquerque. Media spend and flight timing was a focus. We wanted to find ways for Little Caesars to take over the market. Again, here's a snapshot of that profile for Albuquerque, looking at total restaurant spending, QSR spending, and competitive spending. Next, we looked at other key competitor messaging in the marketplace. And finally, we did a thorough audit of how our competitors were using social media. We found significant increases in the social media platforms of Domino's and Papa John's, and significant opportunities throughout the interactive media space. Out of this comprehensive analysis, some key insights emerged that would profoundly impact the way Little Caesars buys media. First, digital media is being underused. There are numerous opportunities there due to strong usage within the transitioning target audience, young families, and Gen Y. Second, the current practice of media flighting is simply inefficient. It's not sustainable for a 52-week impact, and flights are not driving the right traffic to the stores. Third, we needed flexibility to add in components that were relevant by different geographic markets. These insights, uncovered in all Sizzling Platter markets across all brands, resulted in some profound changes in media strategy. Broadcast was added in previously non-broadcast markets and removed in markets where we couldn't compete in this medium. Out-of-home was added for some brands and removed for others. A mobile component was added in Colorado markets. A more robust and targeted digital presence was added across the board. Significant changes were made in media flighting and media mix to ensure a more appropriate market presence with less dependence on broadcast-heavy flights. And increased social media opportunities were exploited for engagement and database building. It's often said that knowledge is power. The knowledge gained by Vladimir Jones' comprehensive media studies certainly made Sizzling Platter's media efforts far more powerful.